Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage as Leeds United women are back at home in the Women's National League North. They get the chance to try and win their game in hand and boost themselves up the table, playing against the team that are only 2 places and 2 points behind them in Stockport County Ladies. We'll go through the teams first before we can give you all that pre-match information. And the starting 11 for Leeds United women is Carrie Simpson, Shauna Legg, Emily Cassidy, Alice Hughes, Drew Green, Ellie White, Cass Smith, Chloe Dixon, Izzy Elliott, Darcy Green and Sian Jabril-Keating. The bench for Salmon Wood is Charlotte Oakes, Paige Williams, Macy Ellis, Ruby Waldron, Alana Millard, Lacey Ogley and Ava Spencer-Smith. As for Stockport, today they will go with Freya Heap, Emma Licence, Francesca Davis, Kennedy Owen, Olivia Greenhalgh, Jess Battle, Emily Bradshaw, Olivia Wilson, Paige Cole, Abigail Podmore and Livy Turkington. The bench for Steve O'Hara is Molly Newton, Gemma Lancaster, Natalie Watson, Shauna Jean, Maria Figueiredo and Courtney Podmore. So that is the teams. You will see quite a few patches of the pitch that are in bad condition. There was a game a couple of weeks ago postponed because of this pitch, and the recent rainfall, of course, is the main reason. The pitch in recent years has been in much worse condition. It's stood up a lot better this time around, but they've managed to get the game on. Myself, Tom Hill and Bradley Hannon will bring you all the action in the next couple of hours. And it's an important game, Bradley, because there's been a lot of positivity, a lot of winning momentum, cup wins, back-to-back cup wins for this group, and that's amazing. But I think the elephant in the room is it's the league. They've come so close so many times to getting promoted. There's 2 places up for grabs this year for a change, and winning the game to go 2 points away from top is all that matters. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be back here, and I'm really glad that the groundsmen have done a fantastic job this morning in clearing some of that surface water that you won't see as such, but it'll definitely be a boggy one today. I don't think we're expecting to see much pretty football, but no, like you alluded to it then, Tom, we've had a really good season so far, and we just want to keep that that momentum going. Really, we've had some fantastic results in the league. I think we've only lost 1 this season, haven't we, in the league? So, we're in a really strong position. We've obviously got a game in hand at the moment, sitting 4th at the moment, but we do have a game in hand, like I say. So these girls are just raring to go. It's great to have a good couple of cup, competitions on the go, but, like you say, the league is all important. That's the main thing, and hopefully we'll get promoted this year. And it's a fantastic group of players that we've got. We have obviously had a few injuries, as most teams do, so hopefully we can get some of those players back. But what we have found is that when we have had injuries, we've had players that have been able to replace them like for like and done a fantastic job. Obviously Sian's in the starting lineup again today, and she got a goal last week, so yeah, really pleased she's getting her opportunity, and hopefully she gets on the score sheet today. Yeah,
fingers crossed. It was an injury a couple of weeks ago, Tammy Woodruff, that allowed her to get that chance through the middle, and she's taken it to goal last week alongside Izzy Elliott, and a chance for her to come in with the younger players of the group, which she had a knee injury, didn't she, last season. Spent a game or 2 in our commentary box while she recovered, so that's fantastic to see that she's back out and just regular minutes in this group. And there's a few regular names on the team sheet that have established themselves this year, including Cassidy in Legg and Dixon, and it's up to them today to try and find that winning formula once again. Leeds will have kick-off. We'll see how much the ball can run on this surface. It's up to both teams to try and adjust, of course. A very quick warm-up to try and adapt. Let's see how this Leeds United women's team get on this afternoon. Immediately on the front foot with Smith into Dixon, who returns the favour, and Leeds trying to march forward. She's asked a lot of herself there, Smith, with a dribbling run down the left, but she wins a corner. It's a very positive start, Brady. Yeah, she did really well then, to be fair. Obviously, when you see the ball holding up there, normally those kind of balls would just roll out of play, but to be fair to Kath, she kept it alive and put a cross in, although she wouldn't have necessarily been happy with the cross, but we got a corner out of it, and it's moments like this where you've got to take advantage. Like I say, there'll be times today where passes don't go where the players want them to, but if we're getting in the right areas, these things can happen. Yeah, so Dixon takes the corner. High hanging ball, begging for a touch. Legg is the one that's at the back post, and I think she may have kicked it No, it's actually hit a Stockport player at the far post. There was a few players in front of each other. I thought maybe it'd hit Elliott, who's one of those getting up to her feet. There's a bit of a crumpled couple of players. I think Elliott's run into Hughes, who's then landed on her. She's then felt the full effects inside a minute. It's a tough start for the two attacking Leeds players. Ellie White's gone across to take this set piece instead. On a money towards Hughes. Beautiful finish. Leeds have made a fantastic start. White's cross. Hughes' volley hit really crisply into that top roof of the net. It's Leeds United 1, Stockport 0.
What a finish. So when the first corner went in, my money was on Alice Hughes getting ahead on that. The reason she's so pleased with that, she doesn't score many of those kind of goals, but that was a top-class finish. That was a striker's finish. And I was going to say a few moments ago, last time we played Stockport in the league, we beat them 2-0. Amy Woodruff scored an absolute peach of a goal for a second goal, but I'm sure Amy will be there today and looking on, thinking, I'd be happy with that. That was an absolutely brilliant finish.
As you say, it's a goal of a striker, really, rather than traditionally whatever role she has. She's very busy, but she is the holding midfielder. Is Hughes there passing it back to leg? But she has been able to play at centre-half this season. It is certainly that holding number 6 role that she gets the best out of herself, though. She's such a nuisance as Leeds try and recover possession. It was Elliott trying to play inside. She's gone to right back today with Leg staying at centre-half alongside Cassidy. Top work from Elliott. Misplaced the pass, went all the way back to go and get it. And as a teammate, Brady, if you were frustrated by the error in possession, you're then very pleased with her work rate.
Yeah, that's expected when you're in a Leeds United shirt. If you give that ball away, you're responsible for winning it back for your team. And you know, she's had a few injuries this season, hasn't she? But she's come back and she's looking really, really strong.
Jubal Keating trying to put pressure on the defence, cleared away by Heap. And as far as Smith, and collecting it now is Darcy Green. Just a split second too late to play the pass down the line, intercepted by Licence.
But yeah, just going back to Alice Hughes, Tom, I think for me she's one of the first names on the team sheet. She plays such an important role, but not just defensively and kind of spraying the ball about, but also goals as well. She's our top goal scorer this season, which is absolutely incredible. So yeah, very, very important player, and she's having probably the best season I've ever known her to play in this league. Yeah,
it's some achievement, isn't it, to play the position she does. I think it's a testament to the set pieces as well, Brady. The deliveries they have. Ellie White's contribution is massive. I say it every week. The fact she can take a set piece with both feet as good as each other. I mean, it's practically unheard of at any level, that women's, men's, junior football. You would never know if you just scouted Ellie White for the first time what foot she is. When she takes a set piece, it's really, really impressive.
And it must be difficult because whenever you're playing against the opposing player, you know, I was always taught from a young age, you know, suss out who it is that you're marking. Are they left-footed, are they right-footed? How do they prefer to take the ball? But like you say, because she is both-footed, from an opposition point of view, you're probably thinking, I don't know where she wants it. I don't know which foot to go to first and stuff. So yeah, it does make it a bit more challenging for the opposition, certainly.
Leeds continue this positive start. Hughes just about gets it to Elliott, who was trying to fire it down the line to Drew Green. Misplaced pass from Stockport, who, as Bradley identified, pre-kick-off have scored some impressive goals this season. Wrapped up some good numbers. They're only 2 points behind Leeds, so it's such a massive game this for both teams. You know, Stockport will have ambitions of their own this year. They'll look at this game and think, if we can win, we go above them. We've got pressure to put on the teams above them. But for Leeds, it's business as usual so far. Try, get the 3 points, and doing so, move up above Huddersfield in third. 5 minutes, don't think Simon Wood can complain at anything, Brady.
No, but definitely really happy with that scoreline so far. And I was just about to say, you know, we can't rest on our laurels on this one, and you know, like what you mentioned then, there's quite a few of their players that have got 9 goals this season, 5 goals, and, you know, we're not happy with 1-0, so we need to be, you know, composed in that final third, I suppose, and take our chances as and when we get them. And, you know, needless to say, we need to be tight at the back, which, you know, we generally are, so it's nice to see Emily Cassidy back in there as well. She's had a fantastic season for us.
Dixon was trying the backheel pass inside, that was towards White. Here's Smith. On the worst part of the pitch, it rolls through the mud, but she gives it a big enough of a whack to get it out to Drew Green, who was looking for an avenue to play it wide, and she eventually might get that chance. In fact, she loses that Elliott run as a decoy. Here's Smith. Smith was eventually trying to go wide, but she runs into traffic. Brought under control by Legg with a really nice first touch. Kennedy Owen, the Stockport captain, was trying to split the defence. Here's White, good feet. Jibril Keating in front of her. She'll have to go further wide if she wants. She went for goal instead. Just showing that competitiveness where any decision where Leeds make, if it isn't the right one, Stockport are closing them down in a split second. But you can maybe understand there, Bridie, why she went for goal. It opened up. Jibril Keating was being marked. There was a safer pass to Dixon, but she obviously thought there's a gap here, I can have a go.
Yeah, we've seen her score some good goals this season, haven't we, as well? So who can blame her? She actually did the hard work of wriggling away from, I think, 2 players there from Stockport. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit more difficult today. I mean, I must admit, the girls are actually playing some good football, considering the pitch is the way it is. You know, we're not just going for route one, and even though it's probably worse in the centre of the pitch, we're actually playing decent football through the centre of the pitch.
Hughes, here's Smith. Gets it back. Up to Jibril Keating. It's the harder pass of them all, but a little nudge in the back of Jibril Keating from Olivia Wilson just puts her off and knocks her off balance. Now it goes towards Dixon. Good challenge from Smith. Elliott spacing behind her. She'll try and race back. She's done well. Good challenge. Don't think Legg's going to get there. They managed to just get in behind the Leeds defence. For the first time this afternoon, they've got a corner out of it, Stockport.
Yeah, they've got a couple of tall players in the team, so set pieces is going to be crucial for both teams today. But yeah, we need to make sure that we mark up and we're organised, and Carrie Simpson just demand that area and, you know, push any players out that are getting in the way. See the number 15, Abigail, right on Carrie's toes.
Yeah, Jibril Keating is close enough to it. She puts them off. Dixon then smashes it clear. There is a appeal for a free kick. There's a quick handshake between Dixon and Captain Owen of Stockport. Everyone in Leeds colours defensively expected a free kick here. Is it worthy of one?
Yeah, I think she was a bit late, but I think she had every right to go for that. I wouldn't have given a free kick for that.
Bridie Hannon, ex-centre half, gives it away, what she used to do for a living. As Jibril Keating will chase them down. And it's a good bit of play from Jessica Davis. Nice and calm and assured. And Stockport will come away from trouble in possession. And now they're going to go long here. Test the Leeds defence. Dealt with by Cassidy. Player that played that pass was Cole, and she picks up the rebound. It's out to Drew Green. Here's White. Nice turn from White. Smith asks for it in the middle, and the support play is good. Now Smith trying to pick out Jibril Keating, and it just goes behind her.
Ellie White's awareness then was fantastic. She knew where the player was as she was receiving the ball, and just managed to get it round him and play a little 1-2. Brilliant.
Good work from Drew Green to Elliott. Making an attacking run. Tries to pick out Jibril Keating with an early cross. Could have carried it a bit further. The ball in, though, Brady, is not the worst. It's asked questions of the defence. Yes, it's a bit too far in front, but you can see why with Sian Jibril Keating making that run, Elliott was a bit tempted to go early.
Yeah, she definitely had a bit more time then, and this is where, as teammates, you know, I'd be saying to her now, OK, that time's fine, but, you know, just be a bit more aware. You had a bit more time then just to get that quality on the pass, because I think it was relatively easy for the keeper there under very little pressure.
Simpson's clearance isn't the best. It's given Stockport half a chance here, but as I say, that Cassidy reads it expertly well, gets it clear, just forces the pass a little too much, but it's away from trouble. Well read inside that first 10 minutes. If you're just joining us, Leeds open the scoring inside 2 minutes. Hughes volleying home a White corner.
Good pass.
Yeah, very good ball into Cole, who's got away from trouble. He has an early effort. Simpson knocks it down and makes sure it doesn't go out of play. Does she know? The linesman will say no. That's a big call. And the referee has made the decision, but that looked contentious enough. Your thoughts, Bridie?
Yeah, well, it was a decent effort at goal. Obviously, Carrie initially, I suppose, parried it into her own path, but it's difficult to see from this angle. We're going to watch a replay now. I think it was on the line, to be honest. I think that's what Carrie's saying to the linesman. How can you see from there? It's on the line.
Keating again, the first one to try and meet it. It's enough to put Stockport off, but this might fall their way. Simpson is very happy to pick up a loose pass. I always think with situations like that, body language gives it away. Carrie Simpson was as relaxed as ever. That tells me she knew that ball didn't go out, but main thing is it didn't come to anything for Leeds. That would have been salt to the wounds if Stockport would have scored from a set piece they didn't believe was fair. Dixon. Gibble Keating might return the pass. She will. Now Dixon's trying to attack, but it's well cut out by Davis. It'll be another Leeds corner.
Yeah, I think just that pass was just a second too slow then. It just needed to kind of fall in the path as Chloe Dixon was running on then. But she had a bit of work to do to try and get it past the defender, but fair play to the Stockport player. Important footing then.
The post delivery doesn't get the execution right. Try to maybe a bit crafty there and maybe curl it in. Frustrated with herself. But such a strong acquisition to this team this summer. Just gone. Some of the goals she scored when Leeds were in a patch where they just needed someone to come up with some magic.
Yeah, she's definitely got the ability, hasn't she? We say it every week, the crosses into the box, the intelligence of the pass is something that I think Leeds have lacked over the past few seasons, so she's definitely a key player to this team.
Davis bringing it clear. It's into Owen, the captain of Stockport, who's been busy in the heart of midfield. Cole just starting to have a bit more of a say in this game. Gets it forward, but only as far as Darcy Green. Overhead pass towards her, and it will go out for a throw. Leg back to Simpson. No pressure. Just slips through the surface. Quality in areas. Nice flick on from White. That's released Dixon, who's got Gibble Keating through the middle. She's got White back as a return pass, and she's picked her out. Just won't fall for her to have a shot. It may go to Drew Green, though, for space. Into the box she goes. Needs a helping hand here, you'd feel. Pushed away by Owen. Trying to look inside for Smith, and it's cleared by Turkington, who goes all the way up towards striker battle.
Yeah, it looked really promising then for a moment, and I was just kind of watching Sian Gibble-Keating there to see what kind of run she was going to make. I thought she was going to make a run to the left, which would have then provided space for herself, but then if she'd have done that, that would have then opened space for Chloe Dixon to run into it, but neither here nor there, and obviously it didn't really come to anything. So I think we just need to be a little bit more intelligent with our runs, because we're getting into some good positions in that final third, but then nothing's really coming of it. We need to test that keeper a little bit more as well.
Hughes meets Simpson's goal kick, and it's a beautiful flick on header to Drew Green in the end. Early ball towards Dixon. Picked out by White. Has a dig towards goal. It's blocked. Second time of asking by Emma Lysons in the number 2 jersey of Stockport. They're both appealing for the decision. Leeds will get it. It will be another corner, and no surprise, Ellie White is making her way out there.
Yeah, it's another big opportunity, isn't it? So we need quality delivery, as we normally get from Ellie White. And I'm going to go Alice Hughes 2-0.
Not asking much.
No.
She's always the target though, so there's certainly method to Bridie's madness. Elliott's up there as well. You would suspect they'll mark Alice Hughes a bit tighter than last time. White this time goes far too more powerful over the top, just gets her execution wrong. Commentators cursed from me earlier when praising the set pieces, but too much power on it. Originally they would have had somebody at the far post. Dixon normally occupies that space.
Well, I was going to say that the last time Chloe Dixon took a corner, but of course it didn't quite make it onto the pitch, so then I thought I'd say it that time around, and similar thing happened, so I'm just keeping quiet now for the next...
We'll just stop talking, shall we?
70 odd minutes.
Talking as a goal, and that's it. Here's Darcy Green. Picks out Dixon. Cassidy's done very well to keep her feet. Not only that, keep coming forward. Gets caught late. No call from the official. It's another one where you've seen other referees give them a bit more stop-start.
Yeah, I think it was a free kick that. I think referee's playing advantage, but to be honest, we're going back to his own goal, so there's not much of an advantage there. I'd sooner rather the free kick, to be honest.
Drew Green steps in. Gibble Keating tries to join in with another flick pass, which she does. Simpson decides to go long early. Gibble Keating was offside. Green wasn't. It will be a Leeds throw.
Yeah, I think it's just got a little bit scrappy, but like I said at the start of the game, I kind of expect it with the pitch the way it is. Obviously, it's the same for both teams, and both teams, credit to them, are actually, you know, trying to play football.
Gibble Keating from Hughes. Tries to take it back from her. I think that was the right idea, but just doesn't come off for Leeds. Yeah, in terms of the pitch, I've seen it much worse than this. Seen it a lot sandier. I think it's running pretty well, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it'll just be quite boggy in parts. I think, especially in the second half, the legs will definitely feel quite heavy.
Good awareness from Elliott. Into Gibble Keating, back to Smith. Bit too close to the Stockport midfielder, I'm sure, for Smith's liking, but she gets away. Elliott, Smith, Hughes. Leeds working in dangerous areas, but getting away with trouble. Nice and safe back from Licence into goalkeeper Heap.
Yeah, I think we're sitting very deep. I would like to see Sian a little bit higher and just putting that defence under a bit more pressure. As you can see at the moment, there's all the time in the world just to pass around us and just, you know, just slowly but surely just making yards on the pitch. Very, very deep.
Darcy Green's pass to the line is intercepted by Owen, who then gives it away, trying to squeeze it through the middle. Stockport not really had any chance to build any momentum. Darcy Green flies in, as does Dix. That's a really strong challenge. So needed as well, because it's put Leeds on the front foot. White out to Drew Green. Several options central. Pass down the line to White, and as we often say, that area of the pitch at Garforth, once it gets running, teams are so surprised every week how quickly it runs and out of play. But you mentioned earlier about the commitment that you've got to have to play for Leeds, Brady. I mean, that challenge from Dixon is an epitome of it.
Dirty Leeds, yeah, I think we don't see enough of it. I absolutely love a slide tackle, as you know, so I'm always clapping and praising those that do that. But yeah, it's about showing them that they're in for a game, and you know, it's a contact sport at the end of the day. That's what I love about women's football, though, is quite often the players just get back up.
Only taking her time, and she goes back. The captain to Freya Heap in goal. Get the sense Brady Stockport maybe just trying a few things a bit too early. Play themselves, giving the ball away, but they are maybe, is it just a split second too early for them in areas?
They seem to have a load of time with the ball defensively, which is all very well and good when you're kind of passing it across your back four. But then obviously you've got to go forward in order to score a goal, and I think they probably are rushing that pass. And they don't really need to, because Leeds, like I said, are just sitting back.
Here's White. Gibble Keating was offside, so she has to delay. She's got Dixon behind her. The pass, though, is a tired one from White, just doesn't get out of her feet in time.
That's a poor throw-in, poor movement. The girls need to be doing a little bit more. I think Stockport seem quite happy just to slow the pace down.
Here's Smith. Simpson, last couple of times, hasn't had any interest at all in playing it out short, which might be to suggest the state of the pitch. She wants to get rid, just play for safety. And that's the last few times the ball out towards Darcy Green has been overhit.
Nice bit of football by Stockport.
Yeah, it was Emily Bradshaw trying to win her team a throw-in and doing so successfully. We're halfway through the first half. It's been pretty low-key stuff. Of course, the scoreline is all that counts. Gabriel Keating does well. That muscles Owen and now plays it wide to Drew Green, who's going to have to do quite a lot of this on her own. Quick glance inside. Gabriel Keating is there. So is Hughes. Great energy from her to get involved. Early ball in, just angle was awkward. Doesn't get her foot around the ball. Another counter-attack goes astray and to nothing. Great support play though. And pretty much Friday from nothing really. Leeds won the ball back with Gabriel Keating in middle of midfield. Nearly got an attack from it.
Yeah, and I think that's not where I really want her to be playing the football. You know, we want her as a striker to be on the end of those. But, you know, credit to Ellie White. You know, she ran quite a lot of the length of the pitch there to make sure that she was in a position to possibly receive and poach on that should the cross have come to her in the box. But, you know, she'll be getting her breath back now. But, yeah, you know, that's the kind of determination and passion that you want from your central midfielders.
Good work from Shona Legg. Just make sure anything coming her way is blocked. Dickinson's delivery, awkward for Simpson. Gets her hands on it at the second time of asking.
Yeah, she did well then. Heart in mouth moment though for a second.
Yeah, I think everybody, including herself, would have rather have caught it first time.
Yeah, she did well to react though.
Dixon just knocked off the ball. Good work from Licence. Licence with the throw and a couple of options including battle, but Leeds get the head to it first. Smith on the rebound gets it towards Gabriel Keating, who again, bit of a one-player mission up there, but she does her job and keeps hold of it. It's very different sort of style to what you'd expect. She's more of a, naturally you think, the more speed player, but for her to be able to hold up the possession, it's a big task today, and I think she's done it really well so far.
Yeah, she has, and I think at the end of the day it's 11v11, so it doesn't matter where, you know, where she's picking it up from, as long as you've got other players that are running into the box, and that we've seen on a couple of occasions, Chloe Dixon and Ellie White in particular trying to make efforts to get, further forward than what Sian is. So, again, all capable of scoring goals as well.
Another throw-in goes too far in front. This time they were leaning inside towards White. They'll get a second attempt here with Darcy Green. Nearly falls for Gilbert Keating. It will fall for White. Over hits the pass looking for Drew Green, but now she might get an overlapping run to help out. There's an option to go inside. Uses them both as distractions more than anything else, then looking across the pitch.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shaky clearance from the Stockport, but we've not seen that so far in this opening 27 minutes because I don't think we've put enough pressure on them. So, if they do make a mistake in terms of a poor touch, poor pass, we've not been able to capitalise on any of that because we've not been close enough to them. I'm not sure how Simon Woods asked his team to play today, but, for me, we need to be, putting them under pressure, especially with this pitch as well. I think there's a mistake in any player, but in particular centre half, if they make a mistake, we need to be ready to capitalise, and we might end up with a nice easy goal.
Simpson again going long. Smith falls in the conditions. There's a few laughs about that. This time Simpson picks out Cassidy towards Darcy Green. Low sun as well, but making life awkward for both sets of players. Here's Dixon. Good vision to pick out White. Just nearly goes behind it. Into the box is Gilbert Keating. There she is. That's a chance with a header. Big opportunity for Leeds. Great positioning. Even better cross. And she's frustrated at herself. A chance goes begging. Leeds though with a great attack there.
Yeah, that's probably the best chance of the half, obviously, apart from the goal that we scored. I thought Ellie White initially had taken it too wide, but she managed just to hook that left foot across and delivered a really, really good cross. I think Sian's really frustrated because she knows that should have been 2-0.
Yeah, I think that's a foul against Elliott rather than Smith. Strong challenge from Smith. That's almost showing us to be a final warning sort of tackle, really. And I think the referee wants a word.
Yeah, I was going to say that looked like a yellow card kind of challenge. Strong tackle, really strong tackle, and that's what we love Cass Smith for. But I think she was just a little bit high on that one, and definitely late. I think she's not a malicious player at all, is Kath, so I think she just mistimed it. But, whenever I used to chop a player down like that, I used to always pick them back up and say it's just because you did me there. So, it's more of a compliment that I've just hacked you down.
Free kick, it's an awkward one, met by Hughes. Leg just gets enough of a header on it, but that's a chance. Simpson does well, reacts so late. Great work from Carrie Simpson. That's why Shauna Legg goes across to thank her goalkeeper. She's had very little to do with so far, Carrie Simpson, compared to other games this season. And if that's her last involvement, it's a very important one. What's a top save, Brady?
Yeah, fantastic save. Down low to her right-hand side. It needed the save. It wasn't going wide. It was going in that bottom corner. So, yeah, it was a great save. Like you say, it's difficult for keepers. They've got to keep the concentration at all times.
Gilbert Keating's done very well there. She puts Leeds on the attack because of her work up front. Sliding challenge. I think she got a kick down the ankle for her troubles. Push in the back of Drew Green. That'll be a free kick to Leeds.
Yeah, it's in a decent position. We've got players who can score goals, not just with the head, but in the feet in these kind of positions. Izzy Elliott scored a really good goal in quite a similar position the other week against Huddersfield.
A good ball in, keeper sees it late. Good hands as well from Freya Heap on the back foot. Could easily fall over Bridie. Should be look relatively routine. Here's Dixon towards Gilbert Keating. Good feed from her.
Yeah, it was a good effort by Ellie White, but the keeper did really, really well. And this is what I mean about testing the keeper early on to see what she's about. We know she's good with her hands, but we don't know if she's good at getting down yet. So I think whoever takes a shot next, I want to see them right in the corner, low and hard.
Dixon towards Darcy Green. They claimed to Stockport it took a touch off her last. One that their appeals are heard. Dixon, Gilbert Keating. Inside pass to White was on, just overplayed, looking for her. Won't fall to Drew Green, and Owen will clear. Hughes mops up. Nice and calm at the back there for Leeds. Might work here in Elliott's favour. Keeper's having to come off a line very early. Good awareness because Elliott was through.
Yeah, initially I thought that pass was overhit, and it probably was a little bit too much. But to be fair, Izzy Elliott made up quite a lot of ground there.
Drew Green flicked inside by White. Gilbert Keating again, good hold up play, wins a free kick. Doing the hard yards out there today, he's Sean Gilbert Keating.
Yeah, one thing you can't fault with this girl is her work rate and effort. She puts it in week after week, and every single Sunday she must come out with loads of bruises because, you know, she gets fouled every game. She's Leeds United's Jack Grealish, I think.
Yeah, it's another side as well. As I said, you know, it's what you expect of Emmy Woodruff. She's a very strong player. It's what the sort of game she's built herself on. Hold-up play into her feet. People play off her. So for Gilbert Keating to have elements of that and then her own style, just gives her every opportunity to start more matches for this group. And fingers crossed she can maintain this display. Yes, she missed that header. Getting the good areas though. Opportunities will come, and she's made a near post run this time. There's a couple of players there. There's a header. Drew Green gets to this one. Another great delivery from Leeds United women. And Drew Green gets down low, stoops to try and knock it in. The goalkeeper unable to get down to it. And it's just a really nice little glancing flick. It's 2-0. Great time to score.
Yeah, another fantastic goal and another fantastic delivery. And this is the thing, if we get the deliveries, we've got the players who will finish them off. We really have. We've got goals all around this team. From a Stockport's point of view, really poor defending. Nobody was marking Drew Green at all there. If I was their manager, I'd be shouting and bawling on that pitch now because it was really, really poor defensively. The keeper was nowhere to be seen. The defence weren't picking up. It was as simple as you like, but you know, from our point of view, absolutely buzzing with that. And you know, we've got about 10 minutes till half time. The scoreline certainly feels more comfortable now.
Good work from Dixon. Challenge met by applause from her teammates and the crowd. Uses Gilbert Keating's run, picks her out. Now Leeds need an extra set of bodies to help these two forwards. She's having to do it all her own here. Gilbert Keating in the hold-up department gives it to Smith, just well covered by Bradshaw. She had the inside line on Smith and just used that to her advantage. Leeds, though, yet again, once Stockport clear, just, all right, thank you. Taking the ball straight back. Here's Elliott into Drew Green, the goal scorer of Leeds' second.
Yeah, it just shows the composure, doesn't it, and the confidence in defence when players are using the body and they don't mind going back. You know, I've been in teams where it's like our only thought is forward, but this team don't mind going back as long as it keeps possession, and you've got good ball players at the back in Emily Cassidy and Shauna Legg. You know, the main thing is if we've got the ball, they can't score. Simple as that. think we're playing really well out the back today.
White chasing this down. Stockport keeper in play, licenses clearance, hits Dixon in the back. He's just sitting off for a second. Dixon again pounces.
I think this is where we're going to get joy. It's been putting pressure on these defenders. We've seen, you know, when they're trying to clear it, they're not quite clearing the lines and the passes are getting blocked. And this is what happens when you play that little bit further up the pitch.
Again, Stockport forcing that pass to allow Leeds to just step up and get to it. White will foul Owen, and there'll be a free kick to Stockport in the middle of midfield. It's a chance here for Stockport. Early shot comes in. I think it was Cole. It was, yeah, Paige Cole. Just a really well-worked move from Stockport. Going through the gears, picking out certain players. Accurate passes before they knew it. They had a shot on goal, but the execution was wrong. Carrie Simpson was under some pressure there. Yeah,
that was another hat-in-mouth moment there. Yeah, just pleased to see it going wide. I was about to say a minute ago, the next goal is crucial. It'll either be 3-0 to Leeds or it'll be 2-1 game on. So I think it's really important to keep our heads and go in at half-time at least 2-0 up. Like what we said at the start, there's a couple of these players on that team got 9 goals this season. A couple have got 5, so these have got goals in them.
Darcy Green waiting for runners. White's flick on, doesn't find a fellow white shirt. That one will be another Leeds throw though. Battle's header goes straight out for a throw. Late challenge on Darcy Green. You could hear the audible reaction. She clearly felt that. I think it's the studs down the back of the ankle which will be sought. Again, it's an attempt to play the ball. There is no malice in it, although it doesn't look to be too generous.
Yeah, sometimes those ones, even though they don't necessarily look that bad, they can cause quite a lot of pain.
It was Greenhalgh, in fact, rather than the number 9 Battle.
So he's got 2 from set pieces so far today.
Yeah, Dixon. It's an inviting ball in. Good hands again, though, from the goalkeeper, Freya Heap. Just gives Shauna Legg a nudge. Not really sure she knew that was coming, hence the fall. Dixon mops it up and Leeds just got to be careful here, make sure there's no pressure. The clearance down the line, that will stay in for now.
Ooh, just ran out of play. I thought we were going to... I think Ellen White's claiming for a free kick there on Chloe Dixon. Chloe did really well then. Team under pressure. A few players out of position from that set piece. She did really well just to clear the ball and just allow her team just to get back into shape.
Yeah, Cassidy's gone down now. Physio have been told to leave it for now.
Shauna Legg once again doing Shauna Legg things. Yeah, I've been impressed with the Stockport keeper so far. I think she's dealt with pretty much everything that's come her way. I know the scoreline obviously goes against that, but you know, there's been some times where she's really done well with her hands in particular. She looks sharp.
Free kick goes against Leeds. That's a big one to decide, considering the position they were in. They felt they were in such a good a chance to attack.
Yeah, it's a shame that, because she did really well in terms of that initial pressure, you know, making sure that Stockport players got back to goal, or facing her own goal, should I say. But yeah, it was a shame that she then gave the free kick away.
Licence to Bradshaw. Back now to Davis. Across the defence to Wilson. Met well by Elliott. Gilbert Keating chasing it down, and again just wins a throw in. It's that hard work, as you said earlier, Bridie, that she's added to this team this afternoon. When you're 2-0 up, I think you mentioned it right from the start, this was at 1-0. Stockport are only 2 points behind. Gotta see this win out, and it's standards like that that will get them there.
It is, and it's the doggy work, isn't it? And you know, it might only feel like a throw-in, but it gives your team chance just to get the breath back. You know, maybe discuss tactics amongst them and just reset again. So yeah, really, really important stuff.
Here's Smith. Wins a throw, a couple of minutes left.
Want another goal before half-time, be lovely, Tom.
Yeah, it would really knock the Stockport confidence one, and they'll feel with a few tweaks at half-time they can maybe improve. Cassidy to Hughes. Nice work again from the central players for Leeds. Defensively, they've just been so calm. And again, Darcy Green could have played it forward to White. Went for safety.
Yeah,
Darcy Green gets it again, sorry, Brad, because Dixon's away. She got Hughes inside, Gilbert Keating as well. Still going. Dixon needs a passing lane, really. Darcy Green has gone to try and provide one, so has Hughes. And again, just nice and controlled this from Leeds. Here's Smith. Elliott again, time to challenge well.
need to see half-time out, don't we?
You asked for a goal earlier, so don't be annoyed now. They're trying to play forward.
Yeah, it's interesting because we've not created as many chances as what we ordinarily do in games, but what we have done is been, I suppose, crucial in those couple of final, set pieces where we've been clinical. I suppose there've been a couple of set pieces that have not been, to our standards, but it just goes to show if the set piece delivery is on point, then, like I said, we've got the players that'll finish it.
Gilbert Keating's touch, White just gets stopped in her tracks. I think she loses sight of the ball there, gives away a free kick. Owen tells her teammates to push forward here with time against them. It's a set piece that they'll hope to do something before that whistle goes. Good challenge that from Cassidy. Here's Smith.
Yeah, it was a great header.
Smith to Hughes. Just plays it down the line to try and waste a bit more time. Good work from Gilbert Keating. Again, just epitomises what this season is needed. Hard work to the very end, and one of the biggest moments. Smith, I think, sends to half-time. Otherwise, That's a risky pass. There is the whistle. A really commanding first half performance from Leeds United women. A goal from Hughes inside 2 minutes. Then Drew Green got her header to another free kick to make it 2-0. And everything has been really methodical and well controlled. Long may that continue. Join us soon for second half coverage.
Goal, Leeds United, number 6, Alex Hughes.
Welcome back to our coverage as Leeds United women have a 2-goal lead as they restart proceedings, or Stockport restart proceedings in Garforth. A chance for Leeds to really hone in on a big win today. It'll be a big statement, this, against the team that before kick-off tonight were 2 places, 2 points behind them. So to get, pardon me, to get a win without conceding as well is such a confidence boost for a group that have been playing in cup competitions. If you're just joining us, Hughes got the first goal inside 2 minutes. 33 minutes later, Drew Green headed in a free kick. And will be a Stockport throw in here. Cassidy just been a bit of a nuisance. Leeds go with Simpson, Legg, Cassidy, Hughes, Drew Green, White, Smith, Dixon, Elliott, Darcy Green and Gibril Keating. Looks like there's been a change. Shauna Jean appears to have come on for Stockport, which does look like she has gone to right back. That has moved Emma Licence to right mid, and therefore Emily Bradshaw has gone through the middle. That's what it does look like. Touch away by Elliott. Gibril Keating just trying to turn it inside. Protest for elimination suggests to me it might have been Livy Turkington that has come off. Here's Smith. Just forces the pass. A touch. Leeds' turn to play in that low sun today. Gibril Keating leading the charge up front with not too much ambition to win the ball back early doors here, but her defensive work rate in that first half was a real joy for Leeds. It helped them build such a platform. It's going to have to be a strong defensive showing here, because naturally Stockport will have to improve. The team talk, you'd feel there'll be another level from them, Bridie. They will find. Here's Bradshaw. They've been the better team in the second half, marginally. Just had more attacks, pretty much. As it's out towards Darcy Green, who's dispossessed by Bradshaw. It will be a throw, but personnel change already seems to have gotten the lease of life out of them.
Yeah, I think they'd have been disappointed with the 2 goals that they actually conceded. You know, they may have felt that they maybe didn't deserve to be going in at 2-0, but I think neither team's really created that many chances, so they need to be doing something this half. I mean, we said, didn't we, at half-time, it wasn't the prettiest first half, but, you know, from a scoreline point of view, we're not bothered about that. It's about the 3 points, and, you know, if it stays at 2-0, you know, we'll all be going home happy. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get another couple of goals, but, you know, it's, I think it's just important. It'd be nice to keep that clean sheet as well. I'm sure Carrie Simpson will be looking to continue to do that as well. I've just been looking at scores with the other teams in our league, and there's not very many goals. Cheadle are drawing against Durham, Wythenshawe drawing 0-0 against Hull. Norton are beating Doncaster 2-0, and it's York that are beating Blackburn 3-0.
Yeah, remember that continue with some of the results toward the top of the table would mean that Leeds are only 3 points behind. Game in hand. Dixon is unlucky as the ball ricochets off her.
Yeah, I think definitely those 2 0-0 draws, like you say, Tom, would be crucial in allowing us to catch back up to those teams.
White towards Gabriel Keating. It's a good pass. She gets praise from her teammates. Gabriel Keating wins a throw. Gabriel Keating back out to Elliott. Swings an early ball in. Fall to Drew Green. Deflection should work in Leeds' favour for a corner, which they haven't given. Which looks quite a surprise. There's a few Leeds players actually stunned to the point where they stood still, waiting for the officials to change their mind. That isn't happening. The game is back underway.
Yeah, from what we could see, it looked like a Stonewall corner to Leeds. But the ref obviously saw something different. Or the linesman, should I say.
Doesn't help that that was the same linesman that gave the Carrie Simpson corner kick earlier. So they'll feel aggrieved twice now. Cassidy jumps up. Game goes on. Licence towards Bradshaw. Battle's getting into the middle. Stockport attacking here. Good header from Elliott. Had to be. Timed it well. Now she's got to race out to stop the cross, which she's got a toe to it.
Fantastic. Really good defending. Love that from Izzy Elliott.
Everything she's done today has been timed to perfection, hasn't it? It's been even when she's been caught out of position a couple of times, because I think naturally that centre-back role is just so accustomed to her. She's not playing her usual position. And then when she's, she might have been caught off guard once or twice, then makes an immediate interception. And as you say, just get your respect to your teammates and the fans for putting your body on the line, and she's done that. I think she did a bit of a breather there after a couple of tackles.
Yeah, it was a good delivery in by Stockport, wasn't it? And I was hoping that it was going to fall on a Leeds player's head, but really important. Not just get, you know, the first head to it, but in terms of where that ball went, it was a really good clearance.
Dixon putting the pressure on. Leeds force a mistake again. Stockport give it away. There's a Stockport player here who I think was suggesting needed treatment. Drew Green has just made sure that things are okay. I think it's an injury to the eye, which is okay to continue. Gabriel Keating is getting a card. Back to Heap. Well kept in possession there, Stockport. They're under pressure but didn't crumble.
You can see the ball just kind of bobbling a little bit, can't you, on some of those passes. That area of the pitch on the right hand side.
It's been scrappy this second half, there's no doubt about that. Gabriel Keating, that is a really strong challenge. Let's hope she's okay. She's bounced up well. That is fortunate, because that is a strong challenge and there's going to have to be a card. I think she knows it. Shake of the head, Francesca Davis. She went across to apologise. I think it's the Bridie Hannon playbook. Yeah, you beat me. I'm sorry I caught you. Thanks.
Yeah, basically. I think Shan, you can see she just got a foot to it first, and it was a really, really strong challenge from that number 5. Definitely letting Shan know that she's there. But yeah, it was a yellow card all day long, I think. referee's done quite well in terms of some of these decisions today.
Nice ball forwards, Port. Not often we can say that. She plays it wide this time to make amends to Darcy Green, who overruns it. Stockport can come clear. It's been a change of the guard in terms of first touches in this second half. Leeds have just not been as crisp as they were. Nicely mopped up by Carrie Simpson though. Good work from Hughes. Gets a push to the fore. She's getting up. Referee, though, like she has done all day, has just tried to play a free-flowing game. Darcy Green has felt the effects of putting that challenge in. Leeds are just losing those second balls. Got a switch on here as leg comes across. Double deflection. Here's a goal kick, they feel. Should be. Shauna Legge's now complaining at something else from earlier. As Bridie often suggests, she doesn't forget a thing.
Yeah, I mean, she did really well defensively, doing her own job then, but then as soon as that ball's out of play, she knows the decision's gone Leeds' way. She's now running up to the referee to give her opinion on a tackle, I think, on Darcy Green, who, as we saw, was down in a little bit of a heap then. Let's hope she's okay. Sometimes I think Shauna's just trying to get steps in for the day. I'm joking, by the way, Sean, if you do watch this back.
Ball played out to the new Stockport player in the pitch, in Jean. Stockport again, though, just having the better of it. Main thing is Kai Simpson's had to make one interception, but you just don't want Stockport to get any momentum at all, Brady.
Yeah, they seem to have a little bit more confidence and belief this half. Not sure what the manager said at half-time, but they've definitely come out with a little bit more fight, I'd say, this half. And they do look a little bit more dangerous. They've had a bit more possession. They're trying to play some football and they're trying to use the width, as we've seen on a few occasions. But, you know, credit to the Leeds girls. We are defending pretty well. It's going to be one of those like battling performances, isn't it?
You've got to dig in here. That's what it should be about when you try to get up to third in the league. Cassidy nearly gets it to Dixon. They'll have to be careful. That's a free kick, and he's just playing themselves into trouble a bit unnecessarily.
Yeah, I think Emily Cassidy was trying to play off the Stockport player, and I think kind of Megster and not really any distance on it. Just kind of getting your teammates in a little bit of trouble there. Got to clear his lines in these. It's, as much as it's nice to play out from the back sometimes, it's knowing when to do it. And to be fair to Emily Cassidy, she never puts her foot wrong in a Leeds United shirt.
I think the referee has taken Chloe Dixon's information to give her a card there.
I'm not sure that was a yellow card. I think there's been some stronger tackles in today's game that hasn't got a yellow card, so I'm not sure why that one is.
Good ball in, like gets ahead to it. Important touch from White. Davis was lurking. Drew Green gets another touch. Simpson will come out here. Mops up and he's just trying to take some sting out of Stockport.
Yeah, it was good work by Ellie White. You mentioned a few minutes ago about not winning the second balls, and that's exactly what she did then in a really crucial part of the pitch.
Gilbert Keating can get to this. She's done well. Here's Dixon. Wants the 1-2. Gilbert Keating just turns away. Tries to play it forward. It's a bit of an aimless pass. Doesn't get her execution right. Hughes now tries to drive it forward. They are certain at the Bannister Prentice Stadium that that should have been a free kick for a foul on Hughes. Did it look a bit soft for you?
Yeah, I don't think that was a free kick. I think if I was at the game and I was in the crowd, I'd very much be doing the same thing.
There is a sense, isn't there, just a little bit that Stockport are winning more of these second balls. They're winning more 50-50s. Just momentum's changing.
Yeah, I think some of the
Big 10 minutes.
decisions have gone their way as well, haven't they? So I think, from Leeds' point of view, there's signs of frustration, isn't there? But would have been naive to think that Stockport were going to come out and, you know, play the same way they did in the first half, or not try and attack and try and do something. So, you know, they're doing what any good team, mid-table or whatever, should be trying to do. So, you know, like you say, for a team, Leeds United, that's going third, we need to try and get that third goal.
Good work from Elliott.
Put the game to bed.
It's into Dixon. Her pass was a bit behind Elliott. She'd done all the good work. She just touched astray with the pass. Good work from Dixon to Gilbert Keating. Darcy Green was screaming for it at left wing back. Darcy Green instead, Drew Green instead is in space. To the byline she goes. The cutback is on. Good work from Davies defensively. And Leeds don't have the numbers. Owen will bring it clear for Stockport. Lots of space for her. Cole now goes down the line, asking Bradshaw to chase. Leg takes a swing at it. And it's took a touch off her. It will be a Stockport throw.
Yeah, I think she's defended quite well as Francesca Davies. She's not been in the right place at the right time, but again, it's just in that final third, you know, the pullback's got to be on point, I guess, hasn't it? Sometimes I feel like we're playing crosses into areas where we don't actually have the bodies.
Pass over the top of Licence, which is good news for Leeds. It's just another chance to take 20 seconds to regroup. Would have been the time, Brady, for you to, you know, a good 15 minutes where Leeds just haven't had a foothold, maybe make a change?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'll keep looking over at the bench to see who's warming up. But yeah, I think it is time for some fresh legs. Obviously we've got Paige Williams, Macy Ellis, who can bring some pace up there. And a couple of the under-23s that have made the bench today, so it'll be interesting to see if they get on. But I think defensively wise, I think we've been absolutely fine. I think it's just kind of going forward really, but it's I mentioned in the first half, I think there'll definitely be some tired legs, especially with all the rainwater that'll have been on the pitch. It's just makes your calves feel really heavy.
Looks like Natalie Watson's come on. Do appear to be for Miguel Podemore. Leeds get the goal kick. Cassidy's hurt herself there. Hopefully it's just an impact injury. She's rolled back onto the pitch to make sure she can get some treatment, some old school tactics. Actually given the free kick rather than the goal kick, so Simpson will take.
It always scares me when goalkeepers take free kicks that's not in their 18-yard box, in case they get to it first and then long range you.
Gilbert Keating.
She's done really well there.
White to Hughes, back to Drew Green. Well blocked by Stockport.
Such intelligent play though by Alice Hughes again, the awareness of knowing where your players are. Just unfortunate that the shot didn't really come to anything.
Clearance from Smith. Foul throw there from Stockport. Mistake from Olivia Wilson. Again, just Leeds just getting a few more minutes ticked by in their favour. Good work from Bradshaw. Leg takes a swing, misses. It'll be advantage. Good position this, and well dealt with by Cassidy. Needs to get it clear. Good feet again. Gets a goal kick out of it, and I'm not seeing Brady make a round of applause as fast as that for a long time. Again, it's these sort of contributions. This is all hands on deck stuff.
Yeah, I just think obviously she reads the game so well. You can see her in the middle of the screen now, in the centre of the goal, but she just reads the danger at the front post. And she could have just cleared it first time then, but she didn't. She took a player on, she's confident in her own ability, and then won a team a goal kick. Absolutely brilliant. You saw Shauna Legg do a slide tackle then and took up half the grass with her as well.
Good ball, asking questions here of Leeds. They've dealt with them. Darcy Green has made it look effortless. And she moves away from trouble. Into Smith. Nice pass to White.
Really good break.
White to Gibble, Keating. They've worked the angles well. Drew Green's there in support. Passes a touch behind her. Leeds needs a bit more support up there. White's going to have a go. Off the frame of the goal. What a moment that would have been. Such great support play. She's asking for it back from Drew Green. Wants a second go at this. Back to Elliott. Leeds just taking their foot off the gas for a second. Drew Green to White. Trying to play it across the face of the goal. The keeper's read it. Smith just following in. And the keeper's done well actually to not moan at that. It could have been one of those situations where she tried to feign an injury. It's a great effort. I mean, the keeper looks stunned as it leaves the frame of the goal and bounces clear.
Yeah, it was a great effort, but it was an absolutely brilliant break of play. Several players involved. It all started with Darcy Green defending herself and then playing a really good ball. Cass Smith did really well. Like I said, several players involved. It's just a shame it didn't end up in the back of the net, but fantastic.
Smith clears.
It's like Leeds United have found another gear.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a sign where, I'm just saying, the last few years, it's where they have had that weakness when this going got tough. Sometimes they couldn't hold out for long enough periods. This year, they almost seem to revel in this sort of bit of the game.
Yeah, we've got some real battlers in this team and some real winners. And players that have played, you know, in the league above, don't forget, and I think it gives you that extra bit of experience that you need to see out these games. And you know, some of these players, they're not panicking if, you know, the going gets tough and, you know, we spend 5-10 minutes not having, you know, rub of the green or best part of the possession. But sometimes you've just got to dig in these moments. You know, we've said it time and time again today that it's the scoreline that's important, not possession, not chances, not number of tackles, yellow cards, all of those other stats really don't matter. It's the scoreline. And, you know, at the moment, they're doing really well. Carrie Simpson's not had that many saves to make. I know I shouldn't say that, but everything that defence have had to deal with, they've done really, really well.
Yeah, still such a long time though. Can't switch off and think this job is done. Here's Dixon. Darcy Green picks up the deflection. Runs into a bit of traffic though. This is where Stockport are finding a lot more joy. They're putting Leeds under more pressure. Here's Bradshaw. Turns past leg. Covered by Cassidy. Cassidy wins a free kick. And I say that in the Nice attempt. She's caught late on the knee. I think she makes sure of it to win the free kick. She's rather put herself in harm's way, which is, again, an out-and-out defender.
Yeah, I mean, people normally come off worse off when they're going to tackle with Emily Cassidy, but there's been a couple of occasions where she's ended up in a heat. But again, really good cover. Look how close she is to Shauna Legg. You know, the player, to be fair, Emily Bradshaw does a good bit of skill to get past Shauna Legg, but she can't get past Emily Cassidy as well. You know, they're a real good pairing together, them two. They just read the game so well, intelligent. Like I said, they've both played in the league above. Really good partnership.
Leeds win the throw. Drew Green on the attack. Leeds have a couple of bodies in the box. Out to Elliott. Towards Gabriel Keating, just over her head. Hughes intercepts well. Smith to Drew Green. Gets caught in between two minds, doesn't play it to either Gabriel Keating or White. Good work from Smith. Stockport's decision to put Bradshaw through the middle has certainly helped. She's here now in possession. A lot more quality to the attack. It's in behind now, this time to Watson. Leeds don't get a decent clearance on it. Now Cassidy will. She's caught late. This time there is a free kick for a Leeds player caught while making a clearance.
She's made a tough stuff. I'm sure she'll be back up in a moment. I think in the last 5 minutes she's been on the floor a few times. Hopefully she'll be okay, but this is what you've got to do when you put on a Leeds United shirt. You put your body through it. And as a centre half, unfortunately, you do tend to take the brunt end of some of these blocks and challenges.
Yellow card there for Olivia Greenhalgh. Here's Drew Green. Inside to White, fired towards Hughes. Towards Gabriel Keating, I think should be offside. She will be.
I think the defender read that well again. Number 5, Francesca Davies.
Change coming here. Greenhalgh's last contribution a few moments ago was to get carded. And Maria Figueiredo is coming on. Leg racing across, good clearance needed. She gets it clear from trouble. Into the final 15 we go. Smith just tried to turn it to Drew Green. Another interception high up the pitch from Stockport. Smith, offside, goes up against Stockport. Certainly does seem to be where they've had more joy. They're stopping Leeds' passing lanes, getting more joy with blocks, penning Leeds in a little bit. They just haven't done enough to test Carrie Simpson, which we hope continues.
Yeah, and that's credit to the organisation of this team. I think they're definitely getting in Leeds' faces a little bit more, making us kind of rush our passes, I would say, more than what they did in the first half. But, you know, it's all about key areas of the pitch, and, you know, Leeds are managing to maintain them. And when they do manage to get through, we've got the players that are just mopping up with confidence. You know, even in dangerous situations, we've got the ability to just show so much composure. It's really impressive.
Dixon towards White. Not sure she touched it, so get it to Drew Green, looking for Gibril Keating. Nearly picks out White. She might do here. Just doesn't release the pass. Then there's a offside, so she stops her run. Fine margins there that had to go early. Unlucky that for Leeds. Smith puts the challenge in. Picked up in midfield. It'll fall to Watson. Good covering work again from Cassidy.
Brilliant once again.
Drew Green to White, whose energy tank must be dropping low now. She's been everywhere. Good ball inside to Drew Green. Only Gibril Keating in the middle waiting. She looked for her at least. Leeds just can't get that all-elusive third goal that you'd feel that will put this tie to bed, and that's why Stockport have enough about them to keep coming. Bradshaw's going to go from goal from range. Simpson was off her line. Execution is wrong. It is a goal kick.
I think she had every right to go for that. And that's a player who's trying to take matters into her own hands and try and get a team back into this tie.
Used to pick up the pieces, goes early with a pass. Hughes to Smith. Drew Green again. Leeds just having a nice bit of control here. That's asked a lot of Elliott. Will be a Stockport throw.
Yeah, you can see what she was trying to do then. It seems to be the opportunities that we've got. If we haven't got a player to find, it seems that we've also not got the right angle to have a shot at goal either.
Might want to have one here though. Darcy Green goes to the byline instead, cuts it back for a tap in for White. That should be game, set and match. Leeds lead by 3-0. The support play second to none yet again, and they've made it look easy. White gets her deserved goal. Gibril Keating to Darcy Green, who just tees up her teammate, nice and composed. That should be that, Brady.
What was I just saying a minute ago? And I think we've seen this time and time again where some of these cutbacks haven't quite been as precise and accurate as we'd like, or we've not got the bodies in the box, or Stockport have defended really well. But I mean, that was absolutely handed on a plate to Ellie White. I'm not sure she will score as many goals as easy as that this season, but yeah, I said that third goal is really, really important. And thankfully it went to Leeds United. So yeah, really, really happy with that scoreline. We've not created much this half, but wasn't bothered about that as long as we managed to kind of maintain a clean sheet. And yeah, it looks like we're in control of this game.
Yeah, that might just knock some enthusiasm out of Stockport.
I think if I'm Simon Wood now, I'm thinking last 10 minutes, let's get some fresh legs on. It's about trying to keep everybody fresh, isn't it? It's not just about, you know, not necessarily to change the game in terms of scoring anything. I don't think we're going to lose this game now. So it's just about getting some fresh legs on, giving some players a rest, and look forward to next week's game. So it's Norton and Stockton away next week.
Break off here because Bradshaw is trying to attack. That is not going to happen though. They overrun the ball. Free kick goes Leeds' way, and another one where Leeds have got to take it on the chin and just slowly get to their feet. So part of another change they're making, which we'll see Olivia Wilson. And well, the number 3 enters the game.
Cheadle and Durham still 0-0, so that's a really positive result for Leeds as well.
Yeah, big 10 minutes for a lot of clubs towards the top end of this table. Cole brings the ball down in midfield.
The bad news is Huddersfield have just scored in the 80th minute against Wythenshawe. But there's still a long season ahead. It's okay looking at these results, isn't it? But there's a long way to go, and there's lots of twists and turns in this league in this season, I'm sure of it.
Figueiredo just making herself a nuisance for Leeds. Leg gets to the pass, back to Smith. Yeah, so that's third beating second. As cliche as it sounds, of course, Simon Wood will be telling his players, if you win out from here, naturally, there's only one place you end up. But as you said, Bradley, there's such a long time. The winter period is often tough when you've got such a long break between games in the women's game. Can turn to the bench now. Leeds have a sub ready. Coming off is Gabriel Keating. Macy Ellis will replace her. Strong showing from Gabriel Keating. Doesn't get the goal she wants, but worked tremendously hard. A lot of tackles were put in just to keep Leeds high up the pitch. A striker always wants to score, but you can't say she didn't put a big effort in, which she's praised all day.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about it. Lots in this game, a work rate and an effort. And she's been involved in a lot of good things Leeds have done moving forward today. You know, some good link-up play. Like you say, she just hasn't got the goal, but she's going to be proud of her efforts today. Contributed good to the team.
Ellis to Hughes, looking for Smith, just played too far in front. Smith at least will win it back. Into White, good ball. Looking for the cut back towards Drew Green, it'll be a corner. Best bit about that was Smith shaped this, she was going to have a shot, disguised it, allowed Leeds to attack.
And I think anybody who knows Cass Smith probably would have gone.
I thought she was shooting.
You could have gone for the shot then, yeah. But yeah, it was a really, really good feinted pass. And I think Ellie White was probably a little bit too unselfish then. I thought she was in a good position. She obviously thought her mate Drew Green to the left of her was in a better position, so it was probably the wrong choice. But obviously we can see a different picture from where we're sat.
I think the thing as well is Cass Smith can score from there. I've seen it tons of times. So she went for her teammates to try and pick out the better, safer option. Here is White. Spotted the run of Ellis near post. It'd be another corner.
This is exactly where Leeds United want the ball to be going into the last 5 minutes plus stoppage. You've got the pace of Macy Ellis now, just can be running down the channels.
Yeah, White slips. Ellis picks it up, but Cole gets to her. Ellis is quick, so she'll have a go at getting back here. Cole shows a great turn of foot speed as well for a player that's been on the pitch from the first second. Here comes Stockport towards Licence, who's got to race here to keep this in. Dixon gets across. It's that effort again that's just epitomised what Leeds need to do today. This is a hard-fought win. Scoreline suggests it's been easy. Carrie Simpson hasn't had to make too many saves, so you could say it has been, but
it's one of those games where you feel like at the end of it, when the final whistle goes, that you've really earned the win. Yeah. You've really earned it, and that Fezzer play from Stockport came from Cole. I mean, you mentioned about Macy Ellis being fast. She absolutely is one of the fastest players on the team, and Cole was beating her pace really with the ball, so that was impressive.
Good header from Hughes. Follow up, could have gone anywhere, deflects in Leeds' favour. Leeds will get the call from a free kick, much to their disappointment. Hughes is still down here after putting her body in the line for that header.
Yeah, just a clash of heads, I think.
Couple more changes for Leeds. Dixon has already left the pitch. Elliott is also coming off. You have Williams and Millard that will come on for the final few moments. Pushing the back for Leeds, a free kick, and as Brady mentioned earlier, with the corner in the right areas on the pitch for Leeds, just to see this out, tick the game by and get into stoppage time.
There's going to be another change as well. There's it, Ugly. Looks like she's taking her jacket off. Ready to get some more minutes for the first team.
Well picked out by White. She runs out of space to make an attacking run. Stockport claiming that was a bit of time wasting from Cass Smith. At least we've got a committed member of the public try to get the ball back for us. Not sure whether we're actually going to get it back. That might be lost.
Either that or the teeth marks have gone in and we're not getting that ball back.
Good block from Ellis. To Smith. Plays it early again to Whiteman. Another attacking run from midfield. Drew Green's in the middle. Another cutback is on. White trying to play in a teammate just like Darcy Green did for her. Millard coming up to support. For now, White doesn't use it. Low cross into the box. Sorry, Brady.
I was just going to say, I'm not a striker, but if I'm in that position with Ellie White and I've got no defender in front of me and I've just got the goalkeeper to beat, I'm thinking I'm going for goal there. 3-0 up. Another opportunity to get yourself on the score sheet.
Yeah, but you're a defender.
I know.
You're never in these areas, so you just get that excited.
And I don't know what I'm talking about. That side of the pitch, I'll probably get a nosebleed. But yeah, I just think if you kick it low and hard and the keeper saves it, it may well end up in the path of the Leeds player.
There's been a few times Leeds maybe have tried to walk it in today, but there's also an element I'm sure Simon Wood will maybe address to say, their third goal that's decisively, they could have shot then. Darcy Green could have had a go. She went for the unselfish option.
Yeah.
Fine margins, I'm sure, as Leeds do make 2 changes. Off comes Drew Green and Ellie White. Is it ugly? He's one of those subs on.
That was Ava Spencer-Smith coming on then. Not sure if Lacey... Yeah, Lacey is on the pitch, I believe. I mean, it's a great opportunity for some of these 23 players to, get some minutes with the first team and get that bit of experience. And this is what that scoreline allows you to do as a manager. When the game's a little bit tighter, you're almost a bit more reluctant to make any calls in case it goes the wrong way. But when you're 3-0 up, you've got the luxury of being able to bring some fresh legs on and give people some valuable game time and experience. It's a great play by Macy Ellis. How she got past 3 players.
Ellis still going. Turns inside. Cut back will be on. She produces it. Nearly comes off. Out to Hughes. Leeds just maybe making a bit too much of an awkward situation here. It was Spencer Smith that got to the ball originally. And go out to play again for more time for Leeds to just run out the clock.
Yeah, it was a great run by Macy Ellis. I think she did get a little bit lucky with some of the ricochets, but her pace and her ethic to not lose that ball and deliver a cross into the box was brilliant.
Car Smith, I said earlier, likes a shot.
She doesn't like them ones though. I don't like them ones. I think that's her first shot of the day, actually.
I don't think Sam Wood will mind, is it? 94th minute, it's opened up. If it goes wrong, you do that. You take 10 seconds off by conceding a goal kick. And the Leeds players there falls over to the point where they rugby tackle more than anything else.
Yeah, I think she just lost her footing as she were running then. She won't want to watch that one back.
Need to get the call for a throw, thanks to some good work by Paige Williams. Darcy Green. Smith flies in, that's a strong challenge. There goes the full-time whistle. Leeds pick up a vital 3 points, which helps them climb forward in the table in terms of momentum. With Huddersfield winning elsewhere earlier, they might not move position, but they have cut the gap on those teams above them, which can only be a positive thanks to goals from Hughes, Drew Green and then Ellie White. So a really good, strong display. Importantly, they move clear of Stockport in 6th, 5 points clear of them, and a very professional performance from Simon Wood's side to pick up yet another clean sheet. There's some real momentum behind this group. Long may it continue. They've run out 3-0 winners here this afternoon.